have activated that. It does pose as a saving grace in this time of anxiety. But let's also remember that from where we're sitting right now, Silivri was where it said that this is the epicenter of this particular quake an hour ago. And I've spoken to a friend who happens to be there, and he says he really felt the shake quite massively, and obviously was alarmed with his family and rushed outside. But at the moment, it does seem that people are calmer. There is still, like as you said, it sits inside of you after such a big shake, especially in a city of over 20 million people. Actually,
I've been here for 7 years. I've never felt a quake like this. So yes, it definitely sits with you. But Rahul, overall, when we look at something like this, like we were talking about, far more awareness. And since those devastating earthquakes of 2023, we've even seen more education in schools, and which is symbolic in some way, given that today's a national holiday year, looking and honoring children. They've been taught what to do, and it goes to show how intense this sort of preparedness has to be. It's what's in those bags that you prepare, not just for yourself, but for your family. But it's the uncertainty of it all, because you and I may have prepared those bags, but today we're at work.
And that's what they say about natural disasters or phenomenons like these. You can never be prepared enough, and that's also what AFAD and other Turkish organizations keep recommending to people. There are reminders set out in social media periodically, almost on a weekly basis, if I'm not wrong, just reminding people to make sure their earthquake bags are topped up, and that everyone in their household is ready or just aware for a situation like this. Of course, this is a city that sits on a fault line, so it is widely known of the dangers of such, or looming threats, as if you may. But I think this is something that every resident of Istanbul just understands is something that may happen, and a glimpse of it like today just shows how quickly the Turkish authorities are to respond to an event like this, but also how we saw this in our very own studio, how quickly people evacuate buildings, and how there's a sense of community and assisting each other as well. Like while we were outside, I also saw some children belonging to several of our colleagues, many of them who were quite visibly shaken up by what had just happened. But we saw other colleagues comforting them. These are scenes that you see across the city. And you can also see how there are various authorities calling in from Ankara as well as other cities. The emergency response teams have sprung into action almost immediately